Brought to you by our sponsors, William Richmond Inc., Farmers Home and Auto Insurance, the Bob Koski Agency, R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNeil's Group Properties, the Charleston Senior Community, and Chesapeake's Bounty. Now, here's Forecaster John Bordash with a live forecast update.
Good evening, I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you right now to give you the latest update on the impending winter weather that's going to be moving into the region, really beginning Saturday evening, going into the day on Sunday. There's a lot to talk about, so we will get right into the forecast. This is going to be the setup we have across the region going into the storm system. We will be looking at an area of low pressure that forms down along the Gulf Coast that will head northward right off the southeast coastline and then right off our Atlantic beaches here in the mid-Atlantic and off the coastline along the northeast. How far north and west this system comes is going to be very important to our forecast here in southern Maryland. There will be snow with this system, and there will likely be a heavier band of snow that sets up. But the exact positioning on that will depend on the exact track, and therefore that leaves some wiggle room for the snowfall forecast I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. There is some uncertainty with that exact track, and therefore uncertainty with the forecast in general as we move it on forward. We have a couple of scenarios. The first one is that this storm tracks further to the north and west. That puts an area of heavy snow to the north and west, or right up along I-95 near Washington, near Baltimore, on up towards Philadelphia. It would put that rain snow line right across our region and probably favoring a little bit more rain, with almost all rain to our south. This is a scenario that I would give about a 50-50 shot of happening. This is something that is very possible, and this would really focus the highest snow totals to the north and west of us. It's also equally as likely that this takes a track that's further to the south and east. That's to say that we would look at that band of heavier snow move to the south and east with the storm, and that could really be draped across our region under the right conditions. The rain snow line would stay to our south, and this would allow for those higher accumulation totals to be focused on our region. We've seen model output showing both scenarios today alone, so it does leave some uncertainty with what exactly will happen. Right now, I would maybe give the slight edge to that first scenario, but just the slightest edge, and I don't think we are going to see all rain here in southern Maryland, but I do think some of us will end up seeing some rain. We do have a winter storm watch in effect for the entire region. Everywhere they're shaded in blue from midnight to 3 p.m. on Sunday. That gives you a great time frame to look at for potential impacts from this winter storm, and this shows where a few inches will definitely be possible, really focused here again to the south and east of I-95. This will be starting between about 10 o'clock and 3 in the morning. Locally, I would say it's probably closer to 10 to 12 down to the south and west, closer to the Potomac. The closer you get to Annapolis, it's probably more like 1 to 2, and it's going to be a little later than that the further north and east you head. How much snow are we talking? My first call right now shows a general 2 to 5 inches of snow falling from right along I-95 down to the south and east. But this will change, and I'm letting you know that now. This is going to be very dependent on where that heavier band of snow sets up. If this track is just 20 to 30 miles to the north and west, everything on this map is going to be shifted to the north and west by about 20 to 30 miles. And the further it tracks to the northwest, the further northwest this goes. Somewhere in this darkest blue area, there will probably be a zone that sees about 4 to 7 inches. It is just way too early to try to pinpoint which region is going to be seeing that, and I think it's going to be highly localized. If we take a closer look here in southern Maryland, much of the region from about Prince Frederick to about Hughesville Point south, I'm expecting 2 to 4. You're probably closer to that 2 side once you head to Lesby, Leonardtown Point south. And you're going to see higher totals from Prince Frederick and Mechanicsville points to the north. So you could be closer to that 3 to 4 inch total as you head up towards Andrews and Bowie on over towards Shadyside. Again, this is going to be very dependent on where the exact storm track is and if we're able to see heavier bands of snow develop across our region. I would expect the highest impacts across our region, regardless of the precipitation type, because if it's not moderate to heavy snow, we're talking moderate to heavy rain across our region. And those elevated impacts will be back to the north and west, where this will actually be a system that does not favor them, at least as things stand right now. If this storm takes a dramatic shift up to the north and west, then we would see that happen. But right now, I don't see a lot of data that would support that far of a northwest shift. The storm timeline here in southern Maryland for what you can expect. It likely starts right around midnight locally. The heaviest snow probably will fall between about 4 o'clock and let's call it about 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. We're going to be seeing a period of probably about 5 to 6 hours of maybe some steady to moderate snow across our region and maybe that one narrow band of heavier snow. If this storm tracks to the north and west, again, it's like the same thing I'm saying over and over. We will not see the highest totals, and therefore these impacts will be lower. But this does give you an idea when we would be seeing the highest impacts from snow, and this is out of here by Sunday afternoon. Travel difficulties are going to be likely for a lot of the region, so do keep that in mind through the day on Sunday. And if you're headed out for any church services or just doing your weekly grocery shopping on Sunday, you're going to run into some issues. Stay tuned here to JB Weather for the latest information. I will continue to keep you updated and keep you and your family ahead of the storm. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather.